one of the official 1v1 tournaments. They take your best 3 out of the 4 that happen. He didn't play Trial of Ymir, and he got 13th in Trial of Frigg. So this is a very important tournament for MegD to like get practice against other top players in the region and show what he can do in tournament. So far this year, it's not been great for him in 1v1s. This game is starting great for him. Grabbing the dunk. Guichabou is not even going to be able to get the dodge off of cooldown in time to dodge up and touch the wall. That was a clean stop.
That was, wow, no, that was absolutely incredible. You were like talking about his placements and his stats, and he's just over here locked in on Frostbite. That was a 0 death. He didn't get touched at all. Perfect N-stick placement on that right side of the stage, too. No, that was amazing. Guichabou here with that cannon.
I kept yapping.
No,
I thought it was like thought it was surely was going to end, right? Like Guichabou was surely going to get away from it, and then the dunk came out. And I really didn't expect that. So this is MegD coming out of the gate, absolutely running and continuing the lead. Not even really at 120 damage yet. Nice weapon toss down, going back over to the main platform. Didn't want to try and confirm it, would rather get stage control and weapon control.
Yeah, no, he said, Sparky, let me cook, man. He said, let me cook, and went to freaking town. I mean, Gooey's already in red here. Oh, well-placed D-Sig. Gonna be really useful, especially on Demon Island with these smaller walls, too. Not really too much coverage, you know, can't go too anywhere. But Gooey, still in this. He is an explosive player. He's one of those top players where you have to be scared off stage, burning those dodges, because he can really kind of turn it around at any given point. MegD gonna be looking for this kill confirm at this point.
Yeah, this is where Guichabou was like absolutely destroying so many different players yesterday in the 3v3 crew battle. Is like they just weren't ready for needing to dodge the right direction at the right time. And that's where someone like MegD is going to be more experienced than some of the players we saw yesterday. He's going to know exactly when to dodge during the stream. He's going to know where to dodge. He's going to know how to confirm those edge guards as well, because Guichabou was also nasty off stage. So far, it's just game 1. But so far, MegD has shown that he has an answer for absolutely every question that Guichabou has.
For sure. I think it's going to be interesting seeing MegD on Katars as well, because that's something, his breakout performance we saw like that Ember, but I feel like it's not something we've seen in quite a while. And playing against the Qatar king himself, Guichabou, is going to be pretty interesting. Although we're seeing Gooey a bit more on this cannon. Wow, that wake up GC downstick actually connects in the sky, getting rid of that cannon, swapping over these Katars. And now we're kind of seeing that ditto that I was talking about. Ooh, MegD catching that nice read, catching that neutralite into the recovery. Confirmed no dodge there. Playing stage, has him in orange, trying to extend this lead. Gooey swapping over that cannon, trying to get this kill. Will he be able to get it?
He's looking to secure it. He's done a pretty decent job of bringing this back. Obviously, he has MegD in the red. You're seeing the signatures come out like it's KO time. Finally getting the GCD light into the neutral air true KO combo. He is very red, does have to be very careful. Now, I don't remember which weapon MegD will have next, whether it was primed. Okay, it is the Katars, so the KO potential not going to be the highest here. Nice weapon toss into the jump side air. Now going back over to the sword, the weapon that we've seen MegD play so much of throughout his entire career, whether it's on Val, whether it's on the Hattori as well. So much more consistency in terms of the KO options, of course, built off of that D-Light. That just got buffed, by the way.
Yeah, big time, too. 2 frames is no joke. It's definitely a lot more, you know, less risky to be throwing that out. But MegD, he's not about that risk anyways. That's what he's known for. And that side air is going to take it on that left side of Demon Island.
Instantly sprinting, swinging, chasing him down, running him all across the stage. Maybe he wasn't ready for it.
That's actually a really good point, honestly. Sometimes, you know, a little bit cold coming in. MegD might have taken advantage of that. And by the looks of it, definitely could be right. Gooey starting off strong here. Got those lightsaber Katars in hand on that Lin Fei crossover. Looking pretty clean. MegD finding his first answer. Sword sidelight. Basically almost in the orange, though. Getting backstage with that Sarah. I think he has a pretty solid game plan against Katars with kind of a more parry playstyle with that sword. But Gooey's also, you know, fights MegD a lot. He has fought MegD a lot in tournaments. So both of these guys have a pretty decent tourney record against each other.
Yeah, they played a total of 18 sets if we include community tournaments. So a lot of history between those two. Actually, not that many in official tournaments. It's only one set between them, and the victory went to
Really?
MegD, and it was a 3-0. So really, it's mostly been community tournaments, which of course, that's where we are today. And of course, we said 18 sets, but they're tied even. So this is an important set for both of these players, not just for this tournament itself, but also for their entire career. So you can finally say, like, I'm ahead of you. We played like 19 sets now together, but I'm ahead of you.
And for this tourney too, I mean, winning this set will put them in winner side
Absolutely.
grand finals, so you'll be looking, you know, pretty for that win. You know, you want to be on that winner side. You don't want to win 2 sets to get the dub, although it's always possible. But they're gonna be playing that out dead even, like you said here, both on 2 stocks. MegD up a game, looking to take another one, but they're still super even. Gooey gonna be probably a bit more dominant on these guitars. I feel like they're gonna have a very, very different playstyle. MegD's gonna play, you know, more that neutral game, kind of reset a lot more. Although, as I say that, getting some combos here, whereas Gooey is gonna be getting, you know, more of this advantage state pushing going on these reads. But I could be wrong. We'll have to see.
Yeah, once we saw, like, starting this stock that they were both going to be like in the Qatar v Qatar, and it was game 2, so all like the game 1 jitters and the game 1 weirdness got out of the way. I really want to see who is the more dominant Qatar player, because yeah, your guess is the same as mine. I would have guessed Guichabou, and it was looking like it was going more even, and even the beginning of that stock was really more MegD favored, but all of a sudden that just kind of fell apart, and Guichabou really started to rip them apart. But now we get MegD back on the sword. I think this is probably where he should live. I think he can safely like punish with inlights. Of course, he can juggle. If you're Guichabou and you're like right below MegD, like the sword neutral air, if you're not weapon tossing down, like you don't really have an answer to the sword neutral air.
For sure. That is a really good point, yeah. I'm wondering if MegD will kind of abuse that dead zone that you're mentioning. It seems like Gooey like has his spacing just so incredibly down, using those nairs to approach those downers. D-Light for those anti-airs, goes for the Hail Mary GC sides, it still doesn't get punished though. MegD answering back with a neutral light, but he's definitely going to be needing to get this stock here really soon if he wants to take this game number 2.
That was a nice dare, chasing off stage, picking that one up. I saw that cannon come out from Guichabou, and I was like, okay, this is the latter half of MegD's final stock. Like I'm seeing that cannon, and I'm scared. I'm worried about, of course, the string potential. Almost picking up that side air after turning around the GCD light. MegD was just a little bit too far to the left again. MegD is like trying to get back towards the center of the stage, so when Guichabou goes at that 45-degree angle up and right, that's away from the middle of the stage. That time, landing with the dare and just waiting, looking for the reaction.
MegD in the red now, got to be playing this a little bit more careful, keeping him off that weapon. Definitely some good weapon control here. Getting back on that stage, finding that neutral light. Gooey, no dodge though. Oh, that's going to be it.
It's gone back and forth so far. We're going to get in this game on Apocalypse, see if that single soft platform being a little bit lower compared to the Fortress of Lions platform, maybe that'll change things here. Of course, we also have really long walls that we didn't have on the Demon Island set earlier. So even though it's a similar map to Fortress of Lions, there are some small differences. We could see that soft platform used a lot more. Because it's so close, it's an easy place to retreat to.
That is definitely a good point. I feel like players do kind of like gravitating more towards those soft platforms as well, especially with more of like an aerial kind of floaty playstyle. Right now, Guichabou winning a lot of these neutral engagements, and he approaches with dare a lot. And I feel like MegD notices that too, but he just swerves around them so incredibly well. Like the amount of times he's able to find these openings is really impressive. Big string coming out from MegD. Guichabou with a nice wake up. And he is going to know the Qatar matchup really well too. He plays Qatars, he's going to know how to fight it. Although, as I said, that he dodges in. MegD catching that with the D-Light recovery confirmed, taking that first stock here on the APOC.
Yeah, so that string that we saw before that you pointed out about the great wake up from Guichabou, like he got hit and MegD kept it in the air. Guichabou dodged down and then woke up with that Qatar D-Light because that's where MegD was. All of a sudden, that last string we saw, MegD stayed grounded. He didn't go into the air. And that's why he was able to just get the first hit, get the dodge, turn around, and then get the D-Light into the recovery after that. Oh, the second one, the follow-up big boot, and MegD now with a 2-stock lead. This is huge.
Yeah, wow. That was an incredible play from MegD. Pushed him off right when he needed to. Got that double ground pound. Gooey answering back here with that cannon N-Sig once again. Probably one of his most consistent kill options. But he's still going to be really behind here. Full stock. And You know, if anyone could do it, like I said, it would be Gui, but against MegD specifically, that's kind of rough, man. He's going to be really hyper-focused on just holding that lead, maintaining it, you know, not overextending if he doesn't need to, and just building up that chip damage until he's able to get that final knockout.
Hasn't really done a good job so far all of a sudden of finding like a single hit on the Guichabou. He's been like jumping around. He's putting the pressure on the Guichabou. We've seen Gui go back over to the corner like he's been the one primarily backing up, but all of a sudden you see MegD in the air and out comes the D-Light. Guichabou is just there instantly with those D-Lights. And the signature for the stock finish. He's about maybe 80 damage behind MegD at this point. Of course, swapping back over to the Katars. I could easily see him evening this one up very quickly. Now that MegD has the sword, and he's towards the latter half of this final stock of Guichabou, he really just can play safely and go like one hit at a time. The grounded side airs, the falling side airs, going for the neutral light if Guichabou's too close on him, juggling with the neutral airs, juggling with the recoveries. Like, he just has to find like one hit at a time, and he can have this game.
I 100% agree, especially with the way he's able to confirm off his dodges. The unarmed downer with 0 options makes it back to the stage, hating MegD, still keeping him in this game. MegD was definitely like ready to hit that final confirmed D-Light there. Gui denying that. He's locked in, man. Hitting the D-Light. Hitting the neutral light, but that's not going to be it, man. Maybe even like 2 more might be the confirm for MegD on neutral light, but at this point, Gui's got to be extremely careful of that. And that should be it. The D-Light recovery off the top.
Like, split-second decision of like, okay, I'm going to try to go off the top here because that's going to be the closest blast zone. And of course, you're going to have the greater force coming off of the sword recovery rather than risking the D-Light side air going into that left blast zone.
100%. And I think we've seen like a map swap almost every game, haven't we? In this set so far.
Yeah, it was Fortress, then Apocalypse, Demon Island, and then now we're here on I don't even know what this map is called.
Small,
but I like
World's Edge. Yeah, I do like it too. It kind of reminds me of like a Small Brawl Haven substitute, because you know they got rid of that. So a bit of a smaller map, have those smaller walls, have that smaller top. MegD's still starting off really strong here in this game number 4. Has Gui in the red already. Swapping over to that trusty MegD sword. Gonna be looking for that confirm. Gui doing a decent job at getting these kind of unarmed stray hits, but he's not in a position where he wants to be now. MegD waiting for it perfectly, catching that final landing. No options, recovery off the top, and that is gonna be another stock lead. And MegD still, you know, got some damage on the board in that orange. Will Gui be able to answer back here?
Now, we're seeing the signatures start to come out from Guichabou. Obviously, that's like a crucial part of his gameplay and his play style on Lin Fei. On the other side, except for like that dunk that we saw in the very beginning from MegD, he's like not using signatures at all. In fact, I think like maybe he didn't even use the signatures a single time other than that initial dunk.
That's
and,
actually
like,
true.
It's not like Asuri is the greatest signature kit in the world or the safest signature kit in the world, but it is a little bit surprising to not see a single one after that.
Yeah, that is definitely a good point. I think there's some pretty solid signatures. They've definitely seen some buffs over time to make them quicker. Okay, Gui cooking up here.
Dude, he's chasing him so well.
I think MegD in general is kind of just less known for those signatures, although maybe not on the Val. Maybe he's so comfortable with those Val signatures, but yeah, that is a really good point. Gui chasing him the heck down, like you said, staring him off stage. Oh, what that is?
He still picked it up, dude.
The GC sides against the wall, catching the
him.
very bottom of that hitbox. Super active, getting that confirm, and just like that, now the lead is in him. Like, that was less than a minute, right? Like, he took 2 stocks in less than a minute. This is why I love Gui, man. One of the most explosive top players. Love watching him play. He's holding it down. MegD answered it back. He's listening to the commentary. The D-Sig comes out, and now it's even once again. 1 stock to 1 stock. And this is going to be the stock he needs MegD to make it into Grand's winner's side. And Gui needs his stock to take us to a game 5.
See if he goes for the weapon starve game. He was attempting it. He at least was able to pick up his set of Katars, but Guichabou grabbed his own set. Right out from underneath MegD. Oh, yeah, baby. This is a MegD set now. You gotta slow down a little bit once it gets started towards the end of things. Gotta be careful.
100%. That's when he's gonna go real slow-mo. Oh, Gooey going for that side air. MegD jumping out of that. That could have been absolutely deadly. Neutral confirms there. I like MegD's movement. He is kind of rushing him down, like you said. Not something we see too often, even on this last stock. Ooh, barely misses the punish there. Goes for the downer. Mixing up his dodges pretty well. The Sair doesn't connect. Yeah, super close. Both making back to stage here. Getting into knockout percentage.
Yeah, I think MegD just doesn't have the down airs that Guichabou does. Like,
exactly.
Not only does he not have them in his own kit, he struggles to figure out what to do against them. Nice 3-piece there. Doesn't quite get the finisher with the recovery read. I think you had time to do his signature there, but he didn't even need it because he's able to clutch it out 3-1 against Guichabou. Going to send him down into the elimination side of things. Still, of course, guaranteed top 3 placement for Guichabou, adding another medal to his wall. But that's going to be MegD moving on to the grand finals, guaranteed top 2.